What's up? This is your host Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible today and Non-Fungible tomorrow. And today we will talk about the short-term implications on why the market is dumping. We will talk about some of the news that's related to the traditional market. So sorry, I was just checking my audio is working. All right. So today is a retracement market. The market is red. Bitcoin minus 0.9%, Ethereum minus 2.2%, and then you will have questions why. Why is this happening, right? So basically what happened is that today what happened with the market is it kind of rallied a little bit. I wouldn't say it's a rally. It went up a little bit, hit here, and then it just kind of dumped, right? And why did it rally a little bit? And why was there different type of dumps, right? So I cannot really tell you the answer. But there's a few reasons. The first reason is, so this is the news of the day, which is the trading data, okay? The trading data of China. So what happened today is that China eases COVID restrictions on travel and production. So this is supposed to be a very bullish news because a few days ago, when there were talks about Chinese easing the restrictions, the market basically rallied a bit, right? But now, we have this restriction easing, so they kind of came up and say we're gonna ease the restriction. But one of the biggest thing about COVID easing is this kind of rallied the market a little bit, right? But what happened? What the market down was actually trade data disappoint, right? So what trade data disappoint, right? So for example, what happened is that if you look at this, I forgot. Sorry. It was somewhere down here. Yes, here it is. So China's export and import drops more than expected, right? China's dollar-dominated exports fell 8.7% in November on an annualized basis, declining more than expectations of a 3.5% drop, according to analysts is a Reuters post. The poll export in US dollar terms also fell 10.6% for the month compared to a year ago, falling further than the expected drop of 6% in a separate Reuters survey, right? So the trade surplus came at 69.84 billion, lower than the forecast of 78.1 billion. So it basically means that the demand is lowering, right? The import demand in China is lowering. The trade surplus has dropped compared to expectation, and therefore, even though COVID restrictions are kind of easing, right? But still, COVID restrictions are easing, but you just saw this, right? China full reopening unlikely to be seen in the next 6 months, right? And at the same time, if you look at this, Hong Kong home prices plummet to the lowest in 5 years with more rooms to purge, right? So it really shows you that macro-wise, it's very bad, and therefore, there's a reason why it was kind of dumping, right? And at the same time, maybe this could be front running, right? Maybe analysts are thinking, or traders are thinking that, hey, the CPI, the US PPI numbers, right? The producer purchase index is gonna come out, right? We had the PMI numbers that actually came out on Monday, which was actually harder than expected. So I think people are pessimistic, right? People are pessimistic about this thing that is the data that's gonna be released on Friday, and therefore they have been front running the markets, right? So yeah, I think this pretty much covers the traditional news and also the news of the day. I think the market is dumping because first of all, markets are definitely the macro market is bad. They are front running this potential announcement, because if this announcement is bad, you can still dump a bit more. And tomorrow we actually have unemployment claims, right? Unemployment claims that could affect the whole market in a short period of time as well. So moving on to crypto news. Crypto market cap is at 840 billion. So it's a 1.22% decrease. Bitcoin at 16,833. Huge sharp drop, right? Huge drop, sharp, right? Ethereum, dump as well. So everyone is trading following Bitcoin. So Ethereum at 1,230. Okay. So stable coins actually went up, right? So basically what it means is that people are moving to stable coins. People took profit in a few days rally, and then they kept selling, and also because of the Nasdaq and stuff like that has been dumping as well. This was actually the Nasdaq dump, and this is actually today's dump, right? So which is the news that we kind of share, right? So people are at a risk-off environment. But I have noticed that it's been a while since I shared on-chain data with all of you. But I just want to bring things to perspective. And if you look at this, right, this is on-chain data, right? This is Bitcoin on exchange reserve, right? All exchanges, right? So you can see that even though the Bitcoin price is dumping, right? Bitcoin on reserve is actually dumping as well, right? It kind of moved up a little bit, back in November 18. But now there's a huge decline, right? It's kind of dropping as well, right? So this is Bitcoin on reserve. So how about Ethereum, right? Let's look at Ethereum on exchange reserve, right? So Ethereum on exchange reserve is also dumping, right? So usually when exchange reserve goes down, it means that there's less crypto on exchanges, so that some people would say that the selling pressure is lower, right? Because people are moving them to wallets to store them instead of trading them actively. So yeah, that is something that gives you perspective on what is exactly on chain happening, right? Crypto is leaving exchanges at alarming speed, especially for Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? So on the block, but we do see that this makes sense, right? This makes sense. Like if you look at this, right, the trading volume is kind of slowing down, right? Fiat exchange volume slowing down, right? So right now, all of the trading is slowing down with what is happening with crypto, right? So with less trading, I think to a certain extent, it is much easier to move the markets because there's less trading volume, right? At the same time, you look at Nansen, right? Smart money is moving to USDT and also ApeCoin, right? ApeCoin, because of the staking, went live yesterday. They could pre-stake it, right? So yesterday there was rumors of a new Twitter coin. Dogecoin remain hopeful. Goldman Sachs to spend tens of millions on discounted crypto investment. So crypto is here to stay. Blockchain is here to stay. But the thing is the blockchain still gonna be these decentralized blockchains, right? That's the question mark, right? So, crypto news in general, Nigeria limit cash withdrawal to $45 per day in CBDC, right? So digital, currency is here to stay, right? But is it going to be decentralized? Right? That's the question. Sam Bankman-Fried actually hired Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer, who is a sex offender, okay? But at the same time, you have other things that are happening. Yesterday Financial Times released a list of the investments by FTX. Lockup Notion, weight loss drugs, Chinese news site, inside a major investment portfolio. So they've been investing a lot of stuff. So I won't go into details. ApeCoin went up 6%. Holders stake 32 million Ethereum Bored Ape token. So moving on to NFT news, right? So if you look at NFT news, I would think that actually before we look at NFT news, the 30 days profit and loss, right? More people are making losses than profit. So it shows you that the NFT market is not doing so well. And then if you look at 30 days in terms of ETH volume, it's kind of stabilizing, right? Because we do see some blue chip NFT collection going up, especially for Bored Ape and the Mutant Ape, because the staking is coming out, right? So in order to stake, you need to have Ape token, but at the same time, you can have better reward tiers if you stake it with a Bored Ape or Mutant, or you can pair it with the Bored Ape Kernel Club as well, right? Artifact, I kind of mentioned it yesterday about the innovative drop, but at the same time, there's a lot of FUD. They admit that they didn't do a good job, so they are gonna try to rectify this. Right? They're gonna drop like another NFT for people who cannot buy that shoe here. But I just think that this shoe is actually pretty cool. It's really innovative, and then using a Web3 way to launch it is just pretty cool. But it reminds me of children's shoe as well, because a lot of children's shoe have lights as well. So anyways, continuing, Steve Aoki Lau announced that they're forming a supergroup about the NFT and release new music under the punk, right? So they're forming like a punk type of music group, right? So it's very Web3 driven, like NFT type of driven thing, right? So Animoca brand has acquired majority stake in Deadmau and Plastic Man's music metaverse. Mika Johnson joined Instagram, will be releasing a new series of soul-driven NFTs. So more Instagram NFT stuff. Bored Ape, staking will be available on Binance on December the 12th. So you can stake your NFT for Ape token, right? So $30 million in ApeCoin stake since launch. Okay. So one thing that I mentioned yesterday was actually Blur airdrop 2, right? I remind everyone to use 0.001, right? If you want a bid. But one thing happened is that it seems like Kearns, he was actually supposed to bid for a art global, but he was actually planning to bid like 7 ETH. But accidentally, because of the UI issue, if you do not press 0. Something, right? If you forgot to press, like for example, I think Kern was trying to input the bid, like he didn't press the point, but he was like maybe 0.7. And then if you do not have a 0.7, what it would do is that it would remove the decimal point, right? So he accidentally bid 70 ETH for this art gobble, and a transaction went through, but this art gobble was at a floor price of 3.99, right? So yeah, so it's a UI issue. So I personally mentioned that yes, it's innovative, but I hope they address the UI issue because Franklin himself kind of had fat finger as well on the Blur platform because of a UI issue. So definitely that has to be addressed, right? So another thing, Ledger, they actually came out with a hardware wallet that is actually kind of like targeting to NFT community. So what happened is that it is a digital ink hardware wallet. You can interact with it, and actually the person who designed this is actually the iPod designer, right? So anyways, guys, that's it for today. Stay safe if your trading market is down. I think everyone is anticipating for the numbers that are coming out on Friday. So stay safe. If you like the content, remember to like and subscribe, share it with your friends. And this is your host, Non-Fungible TC, signing out.